And welcome to the final showdown in the Waterloo Handicap. We're going to have the whole of that final for you soon, but first, how they got there. The first semi-final, Michael Leach against Simon Coupe. We join it, 26 end, Coupe leads 2016.
Set on the cards here.
Yeah, Simon's played fantastic. Michael must be wondering what he's got to do at the moment, really. He's playing some good leads, and Simon keeps beating them with good bowls.
Well, it's a long game, this, isn't it? Because while the jack has gone off 3 times, we've had completed, what, 22 ends, is it?
Well, Simon's only managed to score 1-2 in the entire game.
Yes.
And I think Michael scored 3, so that's
right. That's a good lead there. Just run through. Now then, Michael Leach has got to get in. He's got to lead well. He looks to be a shade off the land. Might win it on a length, you know. Just pegged at the end, isn't it? Who's on? Charlie Tarbert will have a look. Just a little encouraging turn for Michael at the end then. Charlie weighs the angles out. We may not be able to... Oof. I'd rather have yours, but who was he saying that to? The back bowl of Simon Coupe. He prefers that. That's bringing both players up. It's a crucial stage, John. This is good tactics, really, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, Simon's got an old head on young shoulders here. He's gone up, had a look, settled himself. But I mean, from a player's point of view, there's nothing worse than the referee says, I think that's in, or possibly this is in. You need a definite answer. It's either one or the other, or I don't know.
Come and have a look for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. So Simon's done the right thing here.
Yes. Well, Mike will jog back because he wants to be standing behind Simon when he delivers this bowl and follows the line. Come on, Michael, pick some speed up there.
Well, Mike actually just indicated one down to the bookies, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's kidding them.
Oh, yes. He'd done it again. He's just said, I'm 1 down. Well, will this sort things out? He only needs 1 for game. He seems to be the bottom side, but it is creeping on and on. Has that changed anything? Michael Leach, everything against him, troubled by a wasp, troubled by the crowd, troubled by everything at the moment, because he thinks he's 1 down and he's got to count. He needs something. He doesn't like it that side. Oh, he likes it, but it's got to stop and not run out. He's done it. He's done it. Oh, he was punching there. Hey, Michael, I should go back and have a look because they haven't decided yet. He thinks I've won it. He's going back for the footer. He thinks he's won it. They're not so sure. Charlie thinks he's won it.
Well, Michael actually there's played through on Simon's first bowl without realising that Simon's second bowl had a chance of counted. So, I mean, Michael's played, well, he's showing a little bit of nerves, I think, there.
Well, I think there Simon has called for the measure. He hasn't conceded it. Michael is making his way back across this green.
Well, the referee's indicated he thinks Michael's in, I must admit. But
yes. But he's entitled to a measure. Oof, is this a measure to decide the semi-final? It's 2016 to Coupe. He's in. Leach lifts. He's got it. He's clinging on. He's 17-20. Let us stay with this now. 17-20. Leach changes across the green to the corner. He practiced it last night. End after end last night he was playing this corner. Has all that practice been worthwhile? Does he remember it? How is that memory bank? Not bad there, John, is it?
No, it's a difficult mark. It's not a bad lead. It's only a couple of feet off the jack. And at this stage, your semi-final of Waterloo, the pressure's on you.
Well, that's right.
It looks a lot closer.
Yes. What about this, though? This looks as though it could be better. Aye, aye, they shout. Aye, aye, they shout. Can't do it. Oh, it's given up. Leach is still on. And Michael wants to come and have a look, as he is perfectly entitled to do. Oh, he's left the the bowl on the footer. He does have a mischievous look about him at the moment, does Michael? Roguish. He wants to know the danger, I think, there is that he could make contact, couldn't he? He could, unless he's very careful. Michael here, Leach, could give the game to Simon Coupe with the wrong connection.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing you don't want to do, obviously, is knock the other man in for game.
Doesn't want to promote anything.
You might be thinking about thumb peg, coming the opposite way in, but it's very difficult that way.
Well, I don't know, John. I mean, what would you do here?
Well, I think Mike's done the right thing for me. He's come the same peg. He's just tried to be on top a little bit in his own mind and miss them.
Well, he's got to miss that, otherwise he's going to knock him in. He's all right, he's safe. He's going to run through, though. So he holds one, but Simon Coupe, at the far end of the green, a lonely man on the footer, has sent the bowl that could put him into the final. Depends, he could promote his own. He's got it, you know. He's done it. He's in the final. Simon Coupe gets two, he only needs one. Oh, drama, richly appreciated, warmly applauded, quickly off the green, and I think that was some ending, John Bancroft. Look at this.
Great ball again. Simon's done this time after time in this game. He's produced second bowls. Marvellous again. He's played through. He's got the right contact. Perfect
Yes.
bowl. Absolutely fantastic.
Yes. He in fact ended with two needing one, and he's played the shots and he's got the result, hasn't he? 21-17. He goes through to the final of the 1991 Greenall's Waterloo Handicap, and that again.
Yes, so that's Simon Coupe through. Now to the second semi-final, John Eccles against John Gurney. We join it 2013 to Eccles.
I think he thought about it enough. He possibly would have been better striking at that stage.
Yes, I think the back bowl was the one that may have put that out of his mind, but even so, it's all right for us, as you say, John, up here. It's easy to play it from up here. I like that. A little bit of nerves getting at John Eccles there. Left it 2 yards short. Jack in the shade there, just a yard in the shade as John Gurney passes just by a yard. John Eccles, horribly short lead bowl. Is he any better? Surely he's got to improve. Sneak in, beat that bowl, just sneaks through. Needs one. He's holding one, but surely, unless the nerves get at John Gurney, he's got to beat this. He's got to be further. It's not asking for a great bowl to stay in the tournament. Can he get through? Oh, he's just edged through. Well, he now run. He needed that. He might have run out, but he gets the point. He stays in.
He deserved that little bit of luck there.
Yes.
It was going out, I think, but it was a brave bowl. He'd reached up to the jack, and if you reach up, you get a little bit of luck sometimes.
I think so. He had to reach, as you say. Sunshine around most of the green. And certainly shining on John Eccles at 2014. Gurney thinks he's got to win it if he can get this run together in the corners and lead well, and now he's got to play out of his skin. Good lead, isn't it? This must be a beautiful lead. Oh, at last he looked at his watch. About time, about time. I'm getting it together. It's late. That's time run out for John Gurney. Well, John Eccles, length but not right. Two, they shout. John Gurney. He's got to stop. That's all we're asking. Just stop. Holding two. Could do with get him in 3s or 4s. What about this? Can this be the one he needs? Can this get up and run on and peg? No, but he's saved. Single, John Gurney.
That's a good ball for John Eccles there. He's cut the count down from 2 to 1.
Yes.
It's difficult for John Gurney to get back in the game, win 1s. He needs 2s.
Yes, indeed. $20.15 Eccles. Well, we're off in the corners again, into the shade, into the shadow, where there is some heavy going. The sun hasn't been there since this morning, so it can be a push approaching the jack. Gurney holding 1. He's 15-20 down. He's somehow stayed in there, but the gap is enormous. More running in this bowl, but it has to stop anytime now. Well through. Well, he's holding 2, but you can't really believe that it's going to be 2 at the end of this. John Eccles either saves or wins with this bowl. Come on, they shout. The people who backed him shout. Come on. He thinks he's got it. He's got it. Brilliant.
He's done it indeed, and John Eccles goes through to the final. So it's Simon Coupe against John Eccles. Here's the whole of the match.
All right, the sun shining brightly here on Simon Coupe as he sets the first mark in the final of the Greenall's Waterloo Handicap. John is in the green and Simon Coupe in the blue. Blue disc bowl on its way. First bowl in the final. What about it? How is the length? Length all right. So now then, John Eccles. The body language suggests he wanted a little bit more movement from that bowl. Not quite right. The length not far enough. Did we establish Michael Leach, who you really fancied to win this? Simon Coupe?
Simon Coupe.
You said yes.
Not going to hedge my bets.
No, why not? Can he correct? Can he add? Yes, good enough. 2. At the moment, this bowl to decide the first end. It's running, it needs a connection. Oh. Or it's going to go out and leave. 2, Simon Coupe. Well, you'll be happy with that start. 7-5. I look back through the Waterloo winners, Michael, just wondering about ages of winners, and I think you've got to go back quite a long way to find youngsters who've won the tournament. John Bancroft was 27, he was telling me. Duncan, Ingham, Gregory, Duncan. Tommy Johnson was quite young, in his 20s.
Yes, I think Steve Ellis, when he lost in the final, was probably about 19 when he lost to Joe Bradbury.
I think that John Rothwell was something like 21. Rothwell, 1914. His dad won it, James Rothwell. I think John Rothwell was about 21.
Great lead.
Look at this. Yes.
Yes, he's started well, hasn't he, every game? He really has.
Led well all the time. And he's gone deep into the corner, or deep-ish, knowing that John Eccles might try
just wrong
him.
side.
Yes.
Good effort.
John Eccles may try for the round peg marks he's used early with success against John Gurney. Be nice to just stick another one in now, wouldn't it?
Well, he hasn't done.
Just left it a bit short.
Just balking. The shadows have come back on, of course.
Shadows are lengthening under that stand, yes.
Now, John Eccles needs to play a reacher now. Chance of resting the wood, picking the jack up. He's after it.
Going into the shade.
He doesn't dislike
now.
it. He wants it to
Some
drift
work.
back. Just missed it. Good pace.
Yes, unlucky that. Good end.
Nicely played ball. But
yes, he doesn't count, you see, because now Coupe has got another single and has got an advantage of 8-5 and has got that jack in his hand. And will go cutting straight across the crown towards the far corner. (8-5). Simon Coupe leads. And this looks a fair lead, Michael. He's making the game look easy.
Better.
yes, he's playing well.
Now then, this has to run. And run to matter and doesn't. Pity.
This game could drift from John Eccles if he doesn't get in quickly.
It's the danger, isn't it, when you're 21 up off 5, and if you get a few ends behind, you're up against it. Could do with it falling now.
May not have got on that. John wants to know. Very important to him.
Does he?
Wants to know if it's 1 or 2.
Yeah. Charlie Tarbrook refereeing the final. The 1 signalled.
Yes, so he can afford to reach. No danger if he reaches. Wants to punch Simon Coupe's bowl out.
Can it get there? It's certainly far enough. Might get the gap, yes. Are we going to agree on one, or is Simon going to have another look? He's having a long look, Simon. Got the 1. He'll take 1. 3 successive winning ends. Good start to the final for Simon Coupe. 9-5. And Simon, of course, 21. Horton, Preston, microfilm supervisor. 21, and he's in the final of the Waterloo and leading in the final of the Waterloo.
Yes, now we've not seen John Eccles really under any real pressure in this event. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not he comes through it.
He's invariably started well and held his early advantage. This time he's behind.
Simon's missed it. Turns his back on it.
Very quickly. Swung away. Well wide.
It's a difficult mark, this. The crowd are quick to condemn woods that are 5 feet off, but they're not always easy woods to beat.
No, he's not up, is he? He's left it.
Well, has Simon reached?
Run away. It suggests he's not going to get
Just
there.
gonna
Might
go
just
in.
creep in past the short bowl now. I feel there's not a lot to be, but as Michael Leach was stressing, it is a very difficult mark. He's further with this.
Yes, he's as low as he dare be, but...
Well, can it? Can it? Surely, yes. Yes.
Well, they're applauding it.
Well.
Presumably they can see that it's won it. Another 6 inches of running, it would have drifted down the hill.
Gone away, wouldn't it? Yes. 1. Agreed. He's on the card. John Eccles, single. 6-9. Now then, Michael, he's going to change it, you know. He's not going to have any of this corner business.
No, he's playing to the middle.
tried the tactic in his semi-final against John Gurney. It worked well. Needs a lead. Needs to get closer and closer. Would ideally have liked a little more running because there's room around it. Now then.
Played one.
So he has got up to the jack again. Oh.
And it's fallen over behind the jack.
Well, that's so
nearly
reassuring.
unbeatable.
It is, isn't it? He's got to be far enough and hope that he's got the line right.
He's given it a chance.
Right. He's up, he's trying.
Well, this is a marvellous ball.
Trying. He might just have got it. He has.
And you can see what he thinks about that.
A couple of inches off. One, maybe 2.5 at the back, 2 inches short at the front. So, now then, a little bit of running in the bowl. Still needs some pegging. Now, going to cut this side of it. That's the problem. Well, the short bowl was useful eventually. It's just the single, John Eccles.
Well, that's a marvellous second ball from John Eccles.
Well, it is because it was pressure, it was control.
Well, Simon had played a marvellous bowl.
Well, this was the response, wasn't it, from John Eccles?
Yes, I've already said it's virtually impossible to beat.
And
so, of course, just to prove me wrong, he plays an absolutely perfect wood.
Terrific.
Can't afford to hit the jack.
No, he's got to just stop short, hasn't he? Good stuff.
Wonderful.
And he's again picked out a falling mark as we return to the action. Ah, good lead. He's bowling now.
There's two lads in this game who are determined that they're going to have their hands on the Waterloo trophy at the end of it.
Yes.
And look at this.
Look at this one creeping
Has this
ever
no
closer.
chance?
Not a great one, but it's done it.
Exhibition stuff.
Well, just go and have a look at that, John Eccles, if only to admire. Oh, goodness me. Well, what a pity we can't sort of read his thoughts. We think, what on earth have I got to do?
Well, he can play the same peg.
Yes.
He just narrows it slightly, can just run the jack. Or ideally, probably, if he knew it, the other peg
hand
would be easier.
I think it's less of a gamble to go on the hand he knows, isn't it? He's having a little chat there. How dare you? Will you cut it out, he just said to Simon Coupe. All right, now then, can he get in among them and just disturb them, just take the jack, maybe? Yes, he's done it for 2. Stay on, Jack, stay on, Jack, stay on, Jack. Oh, no. Well, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. But really, when you look at this, and he's got it absolutely right. The line is right, the thinking is right, the delivery is right, and then it's just against him because that jack turns sideways and sideways, trundles and rolls, and then just goes off. Whew. But they will start again with John Eccles setting the mark. Great stuff, isn't it? Sparkling stuff.
Simon must be wondering what he's got to do to
Yeah,
count
exactly.
again. 2 touches and neither of them have counted.
That's right, and now he's just left it short, you see. So it now swings to Simon Coupe, who can just ease his way past the short bowl. Forward a little running, and then up and round. Run on a fair amount. John Eccles needs to improve on his first, and he looks better. He looks a lot better. He's going in with a fine bowl.
Simon wants to know if it's only one, which it is.
Whether he should.
I'm not sure how he. Oh, he's playing
He's
straight
gone
pegs
with some running, hasn't
with
he?
pace, and he's just underneath, is he?
Well, he's
Can he flick
working
the
now.
jack? No.
Not quite. Oh, Eccles gets the one, but he's working very, very hard to score 1.
8-9.
8-9, he's narrowed it, and he may as well stick to this tactic because he has won 3 of the last 4 ends, and one of them was struck off. So he's getting used to the feel of the jack.
He's coming round the green.
Well, he'll leave it in the corners if not fully. But he'll give Simon the chance to cut back. Maybe he's just wise to stick to the game plan and go around peg. This is totally different to anything he's played earlier, isn't it?
Yes.
Apart from the Gurney semi-final.
Good tactics. Well, good lead, 2 foot short.
All right there, yes. On the way in.
Right in the way. Simon peering into the sun.
Now then. Going to cut inside the first bowl, try and get up towards the jack. And that counts. Eccles takes the wide away in and hopes to drop down or even make a contact. Gone out. There's a difference in bowls here, Michael. Apparently John Eccles is using wood.
Ah, I didn't know that. They tend to run better.
They do, don't they? Yes. Now then, will this run any better? This is the composition bowl. It didn't, did it?
No,
Just the one.
he didn't want to knock John in, so
No.
he's changed his peg. He'd be happy to get back in, and he's back in the corners.
That's right. That was the danger of setting that mark.
So he'll go thumb peg into the corner.
To a difficult corner appreciated by young and old all around the green. The age spectrum of bowls is considerable. Good, look at this lead. That's virtually unbeatable, Michael, isn't it? He's got to disturb it.
It is. If he can just
Trying, isn't he?
move it in any way.
Yeah, is he up? Is he far enough?
Perfect land.
It's a smashing bowl.
What a
for
brilliant
second.
bowl.
Yeah. And what does he do? Tries to get one round the back?
I'm not sure he's not going for another, but it's just dying.
It's just going to get in front as well, isn't it? So somehow he's going to get up there and do a bit of damage without giving much away. The danger is that his own bowl is pretty well in the lie of the land as well.
Changed his peg.
He's changed his peg. He's far enough. It's going to take a terrific bowl to disturb anything there. No, he's too low. Another one. Simon Coupe. 11-8, Simon Coupe. This is high quality stuff, isn't it, Michael? It's asking a lot to beat some of these bowls.
It's brilliant play. It's building up to be an excellent final.
Well, we say building up, we're all but halfway there, aren't we, in fact?
Thumb peg back again. Quite favours thumb peg, Simon.
And of course John Eccles does, but not on lengths like this. Although he has bowled earlier, the corners extremely well. A few suntans out on the green. It might be a tanning for John Eccles of another kind if these leads stay like this from Simon Coupe.
Yes, he certainly puts him on a road. He did that a couple of times against me in the semi-final, and it's very frustrating because if he misses the jack, his wood probably goes 5 foot past. Hitting it, it finishes all right. And it's hard to beat, of course.
Yes, indeed. So if he can just stick another one
Coming
in
up
here,
again. Gets
he
another.
will count 2 and he will open a gap.
Yes.
There's still chances.
This is an important ball from John Eccles.
It is.
Needs to beat these.
Could go a long way behind. If he doesn't, he's got a chance, hasn't he?
He's
Missed
reached.
that. Missed that. Get the jack. Get the jack.
Well, take that, he says.
Well, that bowled it precisely as it was asked, didn't it? Right across the green. Yeah, look
Well,
at
this is a brilliant bowl. He's 2 down. He lies to go 13-8 down in this game. And look at this, straight between them. Jack full, 1 to me, thank you very much.
And the game then will change, because he will shorten the mark, go back to his nice pegging, falling mark, if ever there was time for a lead. He's kept his cool, has John Eccles. He's had to play out of his skin. Not quite what he wanted, but it's fairly close. This better. He's had the advantage of just following the line, and now he can improve. It's the running that matters now.
Won it.
It's John Eccles.
Simon's playing so well off his opponent's leads, of course. It's difficult for anybody to get a break against him.
It is, but Eccles, you know, is sticking in there, isn't he?
But the way they're playing, Simon's
Yes.
every chance of either beating that or making
that,
2 off
yes.
it.
Well, the options are there. He can either run the jack, get close
Well,
to the jack.
what's he done? Has he done the gap?
Oh, yes. Oh, for once, yes. Well, now they're shouting 2. I don't know. It is 2. First time John Eccles all of a sudden. And you think that Simon Coupe has been absolutely dominating this game. We're all square, 11 across.
Yes, that was a surprise. I don't know at what stage Simon was told that he was 2 down there. I'm not sure he'd have played
Right
through.
at the end, I thought. Yeah, I thought it was just 1 against him. All right, we're going back into the shadows. John Eccles. The last 7 or 8 yards of running are in the shade, so it might be a push. Not bad there. Just through.
Good ball. Has Simon reached?
He might have reached, Michael. Let's see.
I doubt
He
it.
might get close. No, it's into that area where it needs a push.
Just coming under pressure now, Simon, for the
Yeah, for a
first
change.
time, really.
Yeah, probably the
I
first
suppose there was a
time.
bit of pressure in the semi-final.
In your game,
but-
there was, yes. I'm sure there was. He's no better, is he?
Now then.
It's more in this, more running. Maybe too much running, is it? Needs a hit. Or he goes through. No, how many?
John Eccles urging it
1,
out.
yes.
And signalling 1. Takes the lead, I think, for the first time in the
Takes
game.
lead, 12-11 at the 12th end. Certainly for the first time in the game. He stayed in there as John Eccles. He's had a quite deliberate game plan, as they both have. It's been working for both.
Yes, make no mistake about it. Whichever of these 2 players wins this is a worthy winner of the event. They've played really well, both of them.
Look at that, running and running. Needed a bit more. I think probably this is the right final at the end of it all. Michael, when you look back, to change the hand. I don't think on results and on the way they've played you can knock this final. Now then, John Eccles through and counts. Maybe 2, maybe.
Yes, Simon again having to play
Yes.
under
He's
pressure.
further, isn't he?
Certainly
He's
reached.
Further. Needs a hit.
Gone out.
Has
Or
it gone
has
out?
it?
No, it's
Has
not.
it
you
fallen
know.
back?
That's come back with the peg.
Well, Charlie Tarbrook he's calling for pegs,
Is he?
but he's already given an indication that he favours that as the winning
I
bowl.
would have thought so. That's the bowl of
They certainly can't
Simon
tell.
Coupe. Yeah. That's well worth
Simon
the
and John
measure.
Eccles exchanging a word there. Simon asking John why he's called for pegs if he's so sure Simon's in.
He knows the answer. just delays him, just maybe stops him getting back into that stride.
Well, now this is close.
Yeah, he's got it. 12 across, the 1 to Simon Coupe. He's looking for the corners. He prefers this corner. What's wrong with that? Not a lot. Impeccable leading.
I think he's just caught John here.
Well, he's trying. He's just caught him, hasn't he, for pace?
Caught him for pace down here.
Yes.
It's a good mark for that. And Simon himself, just all he needs to do is make 2. He'll not want it to be too near.
No. Just a little bit in the road.
Now these are the sort of woods that these two have been managing somehow to beat.
What's this now?
Don't say he's done it.
Don't say he's done it. He's very close. Has he saved? Yes,
he has. Great bowl.
Almost did it, yes. Almost did it. 13-12, Simon Coupe. And now, look at this, Michael. This is a change.
Well, I would think that's quite reasonable because he knows this edge by now.
Well, he might have played it a few times in his semi-final with Michael Leach.
Finger peg. It's not a bad mark. He's played expecting to hit a few bumps as you do down the edge, and he's missed them.
Has pushed him through a yard. The road was excellent.
John Eccles is not fooled by the mark. Or is he?
No. Is he? Well, who's on? The bumps have taken the pace out of that one.
Very interested spectator. Now Simon better land.
He's better. He's better. But you would think that John Eccles would have learned. You see, he's put some running in this bowl. It was condemned when it left his hand. Has he done enough with that shunt? No. No.
He's unlucky there.
He was unlucky. With a miss, he might have gone in.
It would certainly have won it missing. So, Simon, is he coming back down the edge?
He is. He is, you know. He's learned a bit from his semi-final against Mr. Michael Leach. It's good to see. This has been a final of variety. Corner play, round peg play, and now edge bowling with some precision leads. Any better?
Well, what about this?
What about it indeed? He's got to stop.
Just drifted.
Just run through and out. Is he better? Is he far enough?
Oh, it's another good bowl.
Is he far enough?
May have made 2.
Is it 1 or is it 2? Does he want to know? He does.
Difficult decision here for Charlie.
It's the angles that are very difficult.
He says only one.
But that was agreed with Simon. Now then, John looks to have put a bit of running in this. Got a fall now, don't knock him in. Just the 1. 4 successive singles once they have agreed, and not now suddenly asked. No, they'll take the 1, 2, Simon Coupe. Well, they're playing for prestige, they're playing for trophies such as that, and for £2,500. The winning trophy on the left and the runner-up on the right. Traditional trophies here at the Waterloo. They keep those now. They introduce new ones every year.
Another good lead. There is a tendency on just where he's playing the jack for the woods just to peg up above it, and yet you can't afford to be too low. John Eccles has played a good bowl here. Done well to beat that. Yes, he's blowing a bit, but he's playing well under pressure. Now Simon playing through.
He's far enough.
Any contact?
He might hit the bowl, and it proves it. Now a chance here. John Eccles.
Past winner there of the Spring Waterloo, Roy Connell, watching very intently.
Look at
Well,
this.
he's not knocked him in, surely.
Knock him through and count for two, maybe.
Fallen back.
Maybe. Let's just wait.
Is it one or is it two?
Take that one out. That's one. It could be a measure this, you know, for two. Measure for two. Any clue from the players?
Crowd certainly not.
John Eccles reckons two, Michael.
Yes, well, the crowd not averse to expressing an opinion. The fact that some of them won't even be able to see the end at all won't stop them from being convinced that it's two.
Eric Garth, Terry Ashcroft on the right, the measurers. I must say I fancy green for two. Measuring blue first.
Although John Eccles has actually signalled his opinion that it's two to him.
Well, if he does, he's back in business.
He is indeed.
He stayed in there, John Eccles. He's really battled away. Two. John Eccles. Two.
Important end that. It was a good lead by Simon. John beat it. And then Simon ran into the back of John's bowl.
Connection, and finally he had to call for a measure. But two it is. 14, John Eccles. 15, Simon Coupe. Gone further, carving the green. You can't shake John Eccles off. He's under pressure and he's taking it. Just the length let him down.
Simon changing his peg. He's certainly reached.
It's reached all right. Yes, excellent ball. He's suddenly shown John Eccles probably the easier hand.
Well, John's changed his peg, following him in. Far enough.
He's similar,
is there anything in the way?
He's similar.
Will it peg up
above
above
that? That or out? He's gone out.
Might find he's given the two back again here.
He might well do that, Michael. Yes, that was a pitter. He had to lead well, and he didn't. They shout two from very early on.
Will it reach?
Two. Well, I don't know.
Pulled up very sharp.
Didn't it? Yeah.
And Simon looks around in disgust.
John says, I think it's only one.
The back wood will look closer once the nearer wood is taken out.
We may have another little measure unless...
Well,
both
look long and hard. John's looking very casual.
John
as if
looks
he's
fairly confident, yes.
Well,
we're going to have them measured. We've had a fair amount of measuring today.
Call for pegs, but has expressed the opinion himself that it's only one to him. Pegging the nearer wood first, as they believe.
And that's the back bowl of John Eccles.
Just
the one. One, Simon Coupe.
One of the few missed opportunities, really, in the game, that. Should really have made two.
You know, he's thinking about changing things, isn't he? He looked at the corner, he's looked at the other corner.
I would think he'll go to the corner, and then he may go along the edge again.
Yes, the bowl will now swing towards the corner.
Finger peg.
The jack will swing. Now then, what about had the lead. Didn't quite follow the course of the jack, but it's doing all right. Length.
Perfect length. He looks a bit unhappy at the way that went.
Away, didn't he?
I think he thought it was a better wood than that when he sent it. Now, John Eccles. He's seen the land, can improve on that, but
he
doesn't know the
left
length.
it again. That's the second time. Successive ends short with his first bowl. Further. Moving now towards the jack. Yes, isn't it just? Super. Lying with 2.
Well, what can John Eccles do about this?
Got to save, isn't it?
Has to save.
Has to save. Might
He's
even,
nearly going to win it.
Might even.
He's going to win it.
Win it if he stops now on that.
Oh.
Yes.
Just hit wrong, I think. No,
Oh, he's
hit
got
right.
it. He's got it. John Eccles. Good bowl.
Well, what a pressure bowl that was. 15-16. If he hadn't saved, then it would have been 18-14.
14, yes.
Now.
Well, John is now going for corners, isn't it?
Again, it's been a good battle of tactics. They've each really tested each other's strengths and weaknesses, if there are any weaknesses. They've
Not
searched for
noticeable.
them anyway,
Yes,
if they haven't tested
tried.
them.
Questions have been asked and usually answered. Body action there from John. Just
doesn't look so
steering
bad.
this round. He wants it moving now. Oh yes. Oh, he's happier now.
I really think with 2 young men playing in this final, both of whom are convinced that it's their final.
Yes, I think so. They both look winners. They believe they're winners. What about this one? Is he far enough? No. No, this game could turn around.
Perhaps at the end of the day, it'll be the one who actually wants to win most, if that's possible.
Now, John, are you further than the short bowl?
Passes the short bowl.
He thinks so.
Lies.
Holding 2, yes.
Lies to be 17-16 ahead.
That's the way in, isn't it? That's the thing.
Now, Simon has regularly beaten Woods like this, and he's jogging after
Far
it.
enough. He's far enough.
He's very formidable when he jogs after them like that. Can it miss the short bowl?
He does.
Yes.
He's just brushed it.
Still died.
No, not enough. That took some running out. Oh, single. John Eccles. We're all square. 16 across. Oh, I'm getting value for money today. And a bit of sunshine. Rosy cheeks.
Well, that was
Good stuff.
an excellent end. Simon would have been very unfortunate to run into the back of that wood and leave 2. On the other hand, John would have been unfortunate if Simon had cast off the short wood and won it. So perhaps 1 to Eccles was a fair result.
Well, we're all square, so it's all there for the winning. Now then, a good lead is called for, John. You generally haven't led well enough. That's better.
2 foot.
Further, this from Simon Coupe. Looks to have a lot of running. Whoa, they say. He's going to go through, sailing through. He's coming under increasing pressure, Simon Coupe. Now, John.
Well,
they're shouting, whoa, I'm not
shouting,
surprised.
whoa.
I don't know why. I don't think it's all that far through, is it? Yard plus.
Lies 2. Again, Simon must save one of these.
Taking some running out of this.
And he's taken some out.
He's just got a
Has he taken too much out?
Can't get up.
Will
Can't
it get
do
second?
I think he's probably saved. But
Certainly
that,
1 down.
You know, that touch he had a few ends ago is not quite there. Another single. John Eccles, 3
17-16.
successive winning ends.
What a final.
Indeed, what a final. If only you were there.
Yes, if only.
Now, you know, it's developing, isn't it? You've got to think about tactics, but above all, at this stage, you've just got to bowl close. Now, John, run on, they say. Run on, confident
one.
stride.
Led one.
Oh!
Yes.
Now beat that.
Mayor of Blackpool, Councillor Jack Smith. Well, Simon's changed his peg. Has he done it?
Take it. Unlucky. Well, that's the intention. I tell you what, if he does it next end or next bowl.
Yes, the perfect wood now from John Eccles would, in my view, be about 2 foot past the jack. He doesn't want to play another toucher.
Well, he's not listening to you, Michael.
Well, he
He's
has
not
played
listening.
another toucher.
He's not listening, Michael. He's vulnerable. Jack Lee says, oof, look at that. My
Simon
last final.
must strike.
Well, if he just plays a running bowl, he could pick up 2. What are we, 17, 16, Eccles? He's struck.
Oh, he's missed them.
He's left 2. It could cost him. He's left them. Oh.
John Eccles running round. He's still 2 to get, but he's absolutely pumped up.
Isn't he just? He's been hyped up for this for a long time. Do you know when he was in trouble, he just clung on in there, didn't he? He's got some bottle, this boy.
He's got some will to win, certainly.
Well, and now he's been dictating the game over the last half dozen ends. He's won 5 of them. He was 15-12 down. He's 19-16 up. He might just
left
have
it
led short. It's at times like this that other things take over.
Simon changed his peg.
Yes.
Now he will win.
Better. He's better. He's better.
Just pegged up a bit. This game isn't over yet.
Well, he's kept his nerve. Now John, busy John, bubbling John.
Well, he's changed his peg.
Takes a tip from Simon, and he has possibly improved. If
Will it win?
It might peg out. It might hang
Pegged
out
out.
there.
So
Stuck out. Yes, one
Simon
hesitation
just
on the
distracted.
footer.
Well, I did that a few times.
Only a few. This time he's done it for the first time. Has he got the correction? They're shouting 2 very early. They're shouting 2 with a miss. He'll be through. He's done enough.
There's no miss. 18-19. And it's hotting up.
Well, hotting up on and off the green.
However calm the exteriors,
He's just got to settle
there will be
himself, hasn't he?
butterflies.
Yes.
Well, he's led one. 2'6" short, that's all. 18-19. John Eccles can still get game. He must be favourite. Simon Coupe can't get game, and John Eccles, I think, likes this.
He's better, isn't he?
He's going to win it.
Has he run on? He's counting.
Now then. That's in. Charlie Tarbrook indicates it's in. Simon has to beat his own short bowl. If he doesn't beat his own short bowl, it could be all over. Has he reached? Has he reached?
His road super.
It's short.
At 19-18, 2. John Eccles. He wants all sorts of advice here. Distances. He's got to get up. 19-18. Eccles leads.
John Gurney there saying whether or not he would play for another. I'm sure everybody would. He must play for 2, but he has to miss the short bowls.
He doesn't want to do anything dangerous.
He's played it very gingerly.
He's not trying with that one.
Well, I don't know whether he tried or not.
Well, it's not going to matter. It's the single.
20-18, all but.
20-18. John Eccles from Rochdale in green leads. The young man from Preston.
Constant buzz round the green now as everybody discusses whether or not they would have got 2 there.
Yes, whether they'd have gone for it. They'd have been cursing if they'd have knocked anything in. He went for safety.
Wants a lead.
He went for the 1, and he's 1 point away from winning the Waterloo. That looks
Not
as though
short.
it's running.
Not short. Yard behind, nearly. Simon.
Well, he can just turn.
This looks better. This is going to win it. Now then. What a great ball.
Yes, that's the answer.
That's why I think John Eccles should have gone for 2 at the last end.
If you have the chance for game, you take it.
He's played at it. He's played at it, but he's drifting back.
He's not going to get up there
It
now.
It could be 20 all here.
Oh dear me. The perfect end.
Has he got 2?
Is he there?
Has he left it?
Is he there?
It's run its best. It's going to be close.
I don't know. We can't quite work this one out. Take the winning bowl out. He might have 2. We might have a measure.
Any signalling?
We might have a measure. It's
Both
a
of them,
measure.
Both of them signalling it's a measure. Well, it's going to be either 19-20 or 20 all, depending on this measure. But one thing is certain, that when Simon Coupe sends this jack out at the next end, they'll both be going for game together. What a finish. Well, they've measured Simon's first.
Yes.
And I think they're right. It's 2. It's 20 all.
Dear, dear.
Listen to them now.
2020. Perfect end, perfect vision. 2020.
You have to feel sorry now for the one who loses.
Well, John Eccles had it there for the winning.
He had a wood to play, which I think he should have played, but coming down thumb peg into the pub corner, not a particularly hard mark. That's probably a good thing. You don't want to find the hardest mark on the green at 20 all. And he's led one.
Well, it's now beginning
to be a yard short.
Bend.
He's wafting it.
He wanted it closer. Not bad. It's not bad there.
What's the reply going to be? Well, we can see the land, it's coming down. The land looks good, but it's short.
Can't improve. It's trying to run, it's trickling on.
It's not going to win it.
Give up.
Or is it?
Might. Has it given up? Charlie hasn't got there. The referee's halfway across the green.
Simon playing
Simon's on
anyway.
the way.
Now he's underneath.
Unless he gets a connection, Mike.
Well, he's well underneath.
Well on a length, what do you say? What do you say?
Well, it's all on this bowl.
It's the
Standing up in the crowd.
1991 Waterloo final.
All on this.
Decided by this bowl from John Eccles.
And this has won it. It's all over. This will win it.
Run on, run on, don't hit anything. Run on. He got it. He's got it. John Eccles. What a final. The perfect end. John Eccles, Rochdale, wins it to the delight of his fans against the young man from Preston, Simon Coupe. The perfect end to a game of bowls, to the Waterloo handicap, 21-20. He cannot believe it.
What a bowl.
And ladies and gentlemen, to a gallant, I'm sure you will agree with me, a gallant runner-up, a trophy and a cheque for £1,250, Simon Coupe. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And now I'd like to call on Mr. Alan Whitehead, the Greenhall's main board director, to present the 1991 Greenhall's Waterloo champion, a cheque for £2,500 and a trophy, John Eccles.
An absolute epic. Well, what a 4 days of bowling we've had here on Sportscast. Hope you've enjoyed it. From Blackpool and a very happy Waterloo champion, John Eccles. Goodbye.